So one of MAGA's favorite talking points, and I have someone say this to me on a daily basis, they'll say that I have Trump derangement syndrome. And what they basically mean by that is that we speak negatively about Donald Trump at all times and that we can't stop talking about him and we're just obsessed with him. That's basically what they mean when they say Trump derangement syndrome. But I would argue that if we do talk about Donald Trump, we're bringing the facts and we're bringing receipts. Meanwhile, all they talk about is Joe Biden, and they bring no facts and no receipts. So I would argue that the real derangement syndrome in this country is the Biden derangement syndrome, because no matter how good of a job Joe Biden does for this country, they can't see it. They can't see the facts and the evidence when it's presented to them. It always has to somehow turn into a conspiracy theory. Like this ridiculous one from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Check it out.
Well, I think it's what we've all known all along. Obama is running the country. Obama is having his third term, so to speak, and everyone's always known that. And of course, he's coming out as the leader of the Democrat Party because he always has been the leader of the Democrat Party. Joe Biden is just a puppet dangling on the strings doing what Obama wants him to do.
Now, there's absolutely no evidence whatsoever to back up a claim like that, but she knows if she says it to her audience, they will repeat it. So again, tell me who really has derangement syndrome here. I do believe that is Biden derangement syndrome on full display, because we all know Joe Biden is the president. We all know he's doing a good job for this country, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is never going to acknowledge it, and she's never, ever going to bring receipts. They always love to talk about how Biden just loves to spend. He wants to spend, spend, spend. And they talk about all the money that goes to Ukraine, and they always say that, we need that money here at home to fix things at home. But get a load of what this Republican had to say about Biden suggesting that we should pay for the bridge in Baltimore.
Is Congress going to need to pony up more money, or is there enough money in the infrastructure package?
Yeah, great to be with you, Maria. Yeah, it was kind of outrageous immediately for Biden to express in this tragedy the idea that he's going to use federal funds to pay for in entirety. I mean, he doesn't refer to it as the American taxpayer dollars on anything. The first reaction, in fact, the only reaction, just tends to be to spend.
See, that right there is Exhibit A for why I never take them seriously when they talk about how we shouldn't be sending money to Ukraine or anywhere else because we could sure use that money at home. The minute we suggest using money at home, they always have an excuse as to why they shouldn't have to be the ones to pay for it, and that's what it comes down to. For all the people who are cooking up all these ridiculous conspiracy theories about the bridge, they're the very people that don't want their tax dollars to go to anything. And that's basically it. They don't want to pay for anything in this country, but they want to sit back and gaslight the rest of us into believing that if they just had the money Joe Biden spent, that they would do good by it. We all know that's bullshit, and that's why, again, I say it's them that has Biden derangement syndrome. And they always are going to cook up whatever kind of fear tactic they can because, again, Sean Hannity knows his audience will buy it. Check this out.
They reject the overbearing Green New Deal regulations. You've got to get an electric vehicle. They want to take away your stove, your refrigerator, your air conditioner, and they want to even take away your meat.
So let's just say, for the sake of the argument here, that they're right and that we have Trump derangement syndrome, meaning we can't stop talking about him and we speak negatively about him every day. Okay, I'll give you that. If that's the case, every time we speak about Donald Trump, we bring facts and we bring receipts. If we talk about him being a criminal or being a fraud, we have the receipts, the facts, and the clips to show you to back it up. If we want to talk about January 6th, we have the receipts and we have the words coming right out of his mouth. We sit here and play clips of him saying, yeah, I have these documents and I really shouldn't be showing you these, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. We bring the evidence, we bring the clips, we bring the receipts. So how can you call that a derangement syndrome? Because to me, derangement syndromes sounds like you're deranged and sounds like you're delusional. And if you're deranged and you're delusional, then you're cooking up conspiracy theories that aren't true, and you're coming up with ideas that aren't real. So that, to me, sounds a lot more like they're the ones that are deranged, and they're deranged about Joe Biden because everything they bring at Joe Biden and everything they throw at Joe Biden, they have nothing. They tried to impeach him and had absolutely nothing. Everything they've tried to go after him for, they've had no evidence and no receipts. Everything they tried to go after Hunter Biden for, they had no evidence, they had no receipts. But they want to sit back and call us deranged. Well, while they sit back and call us deranged for pointing out the obvious negative things about Donald Trump, let's talk about Joe Biden, who has been a good president despite the fact that they don't ever want to acknowledge it and never will. But Joe Biden signed the American Rescue Plan. Back then, folks, we were wiping our noses on coffee filters 4 years ago, okay? That's where we were. Now, thanks to the American Rescue Plan, we're coming way ahead of where we were 4 years ago. He signed the infrastructure bill. He signed the Chips and Science Act. He lowered the cost of insulin. More people have health care now than ever before. More people are working than ever before. And all of those facts mean nothing to them. They will not acknowledge any of those facts. They will find a way to distort and twist and spit those back at us in a manner that they're smarter than we are. And again, if anyone has a derangement syndrome here, it's them. Because they're cooking up fantasies. We call them conspiracies, but they're fantasies. They're made up fantasies. They're made up bullshit that they cook up and throw at us. And we look at it and go, there's no evidence, and we toss it back, and then we get accused of being deranged. It's gaslighting and it's projection. And we're going to keep calling that out. And they can call it Trump derangement syndrome, and they can say that all we do is speak negatively of Donald Trump. And I would say this, when the guy does something positive, I'll be the first one to say it. So far, I can't see anything positive about the guy. I cannot find one redeeming quality in him. And I really can't find very many redeeming qualities in the people who are still hanging on to his rhetoric and bullshit and repeating it. The difference between the two, when people says both sides is the same, man. No, our side brings receipts. Their side brings fantasies and conspiracies. We debunk them, and we get called deranged. That's gaslighting, and we're sick and damn tired of it.